Good morning. You're watching Senior Notebook on WENY.
I'm Lisa Rustici with Senior Notebook, and I am honored today to be here with Mayor Dan Mandell of Elmira. It is so wonderful to be able to just sit and chat with you, find out more about you, and more about what's happening in Elmira. So welcome.
Well, Lisa, thank you for having me on the show, and I'm very happy to be here and
Great.
Looking forward to our conversation.
Well, I am too, because as I was saying, I did not grow up here, so I really don't know you or the history of Elmira all that much. So perhaps you could tell us a little bit about your personal history.
Yes, I was basically born and raised in Elmira. I graduated from Southside High School back in 1980. Then I attended Corning Community College. I graduated from there in 1982 with an Associate's in Science. And at that time, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I joined the United States Air Force.
Okay.
Spent 3 years active duty. Most of my time was spent at Eglin Air Force Base in Florida, where I reached the rank of sergeant. I then got out of the Air Force, joined the reserves, and came back, and I met my lovely wife, Sherry. Actually met her at my dad's establishment, Mandell's restaurant, that they owned for 35 years, and we ended up getting married. During that time when I came back from the service, my initial job was with my dad. When I wasn't attending reserves on weekends, I was over there bartending and helping him with the bar, with different tasks and so forth. My mom was the chef. She was doing the cooking.
Wow.
So I stayed there for a few years. And then in 1987, we had a daughter, April. So I needed to get a job with benefits and so forth. And so I went and applied at the Chemung County Sheriff's Office. And I was hired on January 25th, 1988 as a correction officer, and worked there for 27 years, just over 26 years actually, full time, reaching the rank of captain. My final 14 years at the Sheriff's Office was actually spent in the administration, where I handled a bunch of different tasks, dealing with policy and procedure for the facility, making sure we were meeting state minimum standards for inmate care, and answering inmate grievances and other things. So it was a real rewarding career. And also during that time frame, I also worked for my dad part-time to help him with the restaurant. They'd want to go on vacation and that. So I was quite busy and trying to raise a family and all that. So after 2014, I decided to retire. We had a 25-year retirement. So it really didn't matter whether I stayed in for the 25, because I was going to get half pay regardless if I stayed 26, 27, etc. So I retired, and I ended up going back part-time. Sheriff Moss hired me back part-time as the accreditation manager for their 3 divisions, which is the Road Patrol, Civil, and Jail, which we maintain accreditation on all 3 of those divisions. My wife, she currently works at the Glove House. She works in administration. She does a lot of their fundraising, and she also is the executive assistant to the president, so she's quite busy. Our daughter, we were blessed. She did very well. She graduated from Lycoming College, got her bachelor's degree, and she now has a great job down in Washington, D.C.
Oh, wow.
And she lives in a house in Ashburn that she just bought, and she's doing great.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. So your career in the Army helped, Air Force helped you, I think, with all your other careers.
It really did. It taught me a lot. Of course, obviously discipline when you're younger, respect and all that stuff, and the military structure. And I really enjoyed my time. That's why I stayed in the reserves an additional 3 years. So I did a total of 6 years. I wanted to stay in longer, but the issue being that I just had a daughter. I had to go to Syracuse for the reserves. It was getting quite burdensome, because I'm working at the sheriff's office. I'm also working, part-time at my dad's place, and then trying to do the weekends, and then the 2 weeks you have to do every year. I just find that my wife and I talked. She said, Danny, you should probably. So when it came time to re-enlist, I said, you know what, the night time's up.
Well, when we come back, we'll talk about how you ended up as mayor and how that path took. So we'll be right back.
Great. Thank you.